Hey guys, this is Anthony, firstly known as Anthony Fritchley 2003 on my YouTube channel here, and today I want to show you what I replaced inside this VCR DVD combo / bad news video. Here it is. Yeah, I did replace inside and repair inside. But here's the bad news about this. It's so hard to explain, you guys, because it's personal. This is going to be a random bad news video. I'm afraid it's not an ordinary bad news. This is going to be a random bad news video. Some on June 2025. So yeah, I have some bad news to tell you about this combo. For some reason, for some of the tapes, it just has some issue problems. I don't know what I did wrong, but it's so hard. It's very hard to make it work. But yeah, I'm gonna show you for proof. But before I show you the messed up part, I'm just gonna put a tape that works okay. I'm gonna use this tape. And as of right now, it's so hard to explain. I'm gonna show you for proof. I don't want to. It's hard to explain, but yeah. But it does work. Well, this one does work okay. It doesn't always work. It does kind of work, not too much nowadays.
Time for Teletubbies. Time for Teletubbies.
Well, this tape does kind of work though. Let's see if it didn't have any. I'd be able to adjust. And I have some bad news about, should put this tape. Well, for some reason, I did kind of fix, but sorry, this is not. It's supposed to do this, not that one. Well, actually, because I tried to make it better to hold it so play, but didn't. It's hard to explain about the. Yeah. When it gets, I don't want this mess. It'll mess up in chewing the tapes. Well, some. Wait. Yeah. Well, this one works okay on this tape.
Why? Who's JD and the camera? Well, we need to know what's going on inside of it. And so to aid us, both the camera and our eyes, I've got a couple of windows. This is the bottom. My head is sticking out of the bottom of the barrel. And we're also going to be able to look through the sides here. It all seems so simple, but shooting fish in a barrel is no slam dunk. Also, if you remember that even the 9mm Jimmy fired in. Well, we need to know what's going on inside of this, and
you're not gonna believe this, you guys. This one has messing issues. I kind of fix and mess this thing on. It's very hard to fix it. I was kind of pretty it's so hard to explain all that kind of stuff. I don't want to tell you the reasons why I kind of messed up the VCR because it's personal. So yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna this tape doesn't play properly. It was somewhere in the middle of the tape. So you're not gonna believe this. This one. Now this tape has some defective now.
Up and down the produce aisle. Show for you.
And I'll show you. Here's the bad news about this tape using this VCR. That's actually a recordable tape. You'll probably be shocked that I record stuff. See, guys, this is. It wasn't just a tape for this. It was a VCR.
I got a feeling this is gonna be hot.
I don't know what's wrong with this, but I know I did fix and try to. I won't get blocked. I hope it didn't block. But I just record that off from a DVD. Actually, I didn't. Yeah. And for some, I want to show you a homemade VHS tape I made back in 2022, which is the Booba homemade VHS. For some reason, somewhere during the first episode, this one doesn't. This one has messing up issues as well, using this VCR. Even though it doesn't mostly does work on some other does work on other VHS players though. Come on. Like the pinch roller. Yeah, this is now defective. See? And it's not I didn't pause it. It's playing. It's stopped. It feels kind of feel like it was sticking inside, but it was. I want to show you that again. Hold on. See, it just stopped. It wasn't just the tape, it was the VCR. Well, it can be both, actually. This tape is starting to get worn out by this VCR. And it just turns off automatically. But it didn't eat the tapes, though. It did not eat up tapes. It doesn't have an emul switch problem. It just has some, like, a defective issue. Has some defective issue problem. Now I'm gonna put this tape as well, which it also is defective as well. I record that off from a DVD. Yeah. Well, it'll still play. It just this one is messed up. And I'm afraid it'll take forever to make it work again, but I don't want to tell you the reason why I kind of messed up because it's personal. That's all I explain, you guys. For everyone, that is. I'm too nervous to explain, you guys. So yeah. And I want to show you that it does work okay. So let me try and put this tape in. I didn't put it in with this yet. It's an ink label tappy. Well, this one, I'm gonna move this. See if that tape works. See if it doesn't have any issues. Yeah, it works. I'm afraid I kind of ruined the VCR, and that's the one I got from. I had it from after my birthday, actually. I had this back in 2024. I don't know what I've done in the first place. I'm not just because. I know it did have a little issue sometimes, but yeah, but this time it has an issue a lot. And I am not gonna get rid of this VCR because this DVD side works. I usually keep stuff, in case you were wondering, guys, I only usually keep VCR DVD combos that one broke, but the other works most of the time. So I'm afraid I'm probably no longer using this VCR, most of the VCR side. I'm just gonna take a little bit piece of it apart. So yeah, since that DVD side still works, this is not made in 2008. For some reason, it's made in August 2011. That's when the pinch roll was replaced, and yeah, as you can see, for some reason I replaced this screw part because for some reason that thing at the bottom kind of a little broke. That's hard to explain, but yeah. Yeah, this one had this tape in. This would be very difficult to fix.
All they proved here was that it's best to do this kind of test at someone else's principle, rather than spill a bunch more water into it. I think you take this, create all those words out with your principle, rather than spill a bunch more water into it. I think you take this experimental platform out on the range and get somewhere we can spill it. It's the target.
A little bit more like that.
You see it. This thing works. This one does play okay. Doesn't always. Yeah, this one does kind of work. Doesn't always work, actually.
Blown the button, but more improbably, he's missed the target. This X-fish hasn't suffered a...
Does work okay on this copy.
There wasn't much light.
Yeah, you'll be surprised I record Mythbusters on this tape.
Remains that at point-blank range, this fish dodged a... and hopefully hit.
Yeah. And I want to show you this again when that tape was defective. See, it's not. And even when I when I hold it, it'll work fine, or kind of, not.
To find out more about Buva, visit PBS.
I don't know what the problem is. It wasn't. I know it was the tape, but it wasn't just the but it was most of all, it wasn't just the tape. It was the VCR most of it. Mostly it's either both, like the VHS or DVD. I want to show you for proof on my other combo, and show you for proof that it works on this. I'm gonna use this. Good thing I already have an extra Funai product VCR DVD combo. Thank goodness. But that's the only one I have that is the line and input. This one is older than I showed you last time, like the black one. This one is made in the mid 2000s, like 2005. See if this tape works. Well, it does kind of work on this. Now this tape is starting to get a little worn out.
To find out more about Buva, visit PBS Kids online at pbskids.org.
See if it didn't have any issues on this. Yeah, it works pretty good. Works okay. Well, it's not, the tone's not in perfect, the audio's not in perfect condition, but that's fine. I might fix that too. And I'll show you for proof that didn't have any issues. Actually, this one I recorded off from a DVD, actually. And it's not copy protection or microvision or anything. Well, this is not a microvision DVD, so it works on that.
I got a feeling this is gonna be hot.
That was the best 60 seconds of my life. How does a very silly...
It does kind of work, though. Using this one, that is. It does kind of work, though. Works okay on that one. But I guess this film strip somewhere during this is starting to get a little worn out. It's starting a little worn out or something. I don't know. So yeah, that's kind of a random bad news video, but I don't so hard to explain about this. I also I had the this one it's different on this one has a screw instead of that thing, whatever that is. Yeah, for some reason on this VCR head, it sounds pretty. It doesn't supposed to sound like that, as you can hear. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what the problem was with this VCR. I don't know. This one has some issues. This one have issue problems nowadays. I did kind of fix and mess it with this, and it's kind of hard to make it work. I tried to make it work properly. It doesn't work like too properly, like. Yeah, like I show you that this one, it does have some issues, so I'm afraid I might no longer using the VCR side. I kind of do like the model number. I do like the model number, but not the issue part. So yeah, probably has to do with the Funai mechanism. I don't know what the problem, why it stopped moving it. I don't think it was just the pinch roll. It was strong enough, but the original spring was there. and the and this one's a little close to this thing. Well, when it gets close to that thing, it sometimes it might chew at the tapes because that thing is in our way. It would have been like this, but if it gets like that originally, it'll get a little pretty worse, a lot worse. But this one gets a lot worse now. This is the worst model. This is the worst quality ever nowadays. It was work okay, and for some reason I had to add this thing in case the bars come up, and so I had it to hold. But it does work, does kind of help. I don't know, but yeah. So it's kind of a random bad news video because it's so hard to explain and why it's kind of not working. It usually did not eat the tapes, and doesn't have a mold switch problem or anything. I think it has to do with a Funai mechanism. So yeah, and this was probably made in late 2011. This is not made like the late 2000s. It's somewhere early in 2010. This would have turned 14 now. But yeah, because this is a reprint. This model is a reprint because I know I didn't want to get the 2011 copy. I was thinking about the 2008 or 9 copy of this. I do have another VCR DVD combo that was Magnavox that looks similar like this, but it's a gray one. Not the one I showed over there last time. It's the one. Here it is, right here. It's MW206. Yeah. So I might have to give up on fixing this part of VCR. I also take some parts from the other 3 VCRs. That I had to replace these things for the pinch roller, but kind of had to move it and bend it a lot of time. But yeah. This is too difficult to make it better again. This is so hard to make it. This is so difficult. If I was going to tell everyone to teach how they fix it, I probably won't be able to do that. So yeah. But the good thing is the DVD still works. Well, it does work okay actually. It does kind of work, but not as good. But let me see. I think this is a writable disc. I'm going to put a recorded blank disc. This is actually recorded. I think this has been recorded. Can't remember what's on. I have to check what's on this tape. Oh yeah, I probably knew it. It's an ABK Wildlife that I recorded. Yeah. Well, yeah. Actually, this is what happens when I put a non-finalized DVD plus RW. That's the only one that works. Yeah. And I'm not going to get rid of this. I guess for now on, I'm probably going to use this for cleaning moldy tapes. I guess I'll probably go use it for cleaning moldy VHS tapes. For now on. So yeah, I think I probably won't be able to use the VCR side. It doesn't always work for some reason. It has so many issues. So yeah. So that's kind of a random bad news video. Thanks for watching. And sorry, I don't know what else I gotta say. So yeah.